I want you to imagine this. You spend your whole life dedicated to public service. You start off as a soldier, you become a territory governor, you even become a national war hero. You even go even higher and become President of the United States. And then 31 days later, you're dead. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the 9th President of the United States, and his name is William Henry Harrison. He is the 9th President of the United States and only served a term of 31 days before he passed away. Though shockingly short, his term was historically significant. Before we talk about William Henry Harrison's 31 days in office, I feel like you need a little bit of backstory. Who he was, what he did, and ultimately, what he did to build his reputation that won him the election of 1840. Born in 1773 in Virginia, Harrison had a long military career. During this time, he became a national war hero that was cemented by the Battle of Tippecanoe. At this time, he was a territory governor trying to secure the territory and build a brand new settlement. During his time as governor, he fought against the Native American Confederacy. While doing this, a battle broke out. The Battle of Tippecanoe. Harrison's forces fought off a surprise attack near Prophetstown and effectively broke the Alliance's power during that battle. With the victory, he cemented his reputation as a military leader, also earning him the nickname Old Tippecanoe. His reputation as a war hero would eventually propel him into politics and ultimately his presidency after winning the election of 1840. At this point, we're going to skip forward a few years. Now we are at the election of 1840. Harrison's campaign was famous for its mainstream imagery, painting him the man of the people. He capitalized on his military fame and his humble personality. The campaign was relentless, with rallies and speeches and slogans everywhere you looked. After a long-fought battle, Harrison came out victorious over Martin Van Buren by winning the Electoral College and the popular vote. At this point, he became the 9th President of the United States. So now that we get past the election of 1840, now we're on to Inauguration Day. That day happened on March 4th, 1841. Harrison delivered his inauguration speech that day in Washington, D.C. I think it's worth noting that it was a very cold and very wet day, and Harrison refused to wear a coat of any kind at all. Some historians believe that this exposure is actually what led to the illness that ultimately claimed his life. Now we get to the speech. The speech had over 8,000 words in it. It is actually the longest, funny enough, inauguration speech in U.S. history. He talked about several topics, including the promise to reestablish the Bank of the United States, only use the veto in cases of constitutional violations, and for the most part, he did not really interfere with the issue of slavery at the time. Alright, so we get past the inauguration, he gives his speech, he is sworn in as president. I want you to keep something in mind at this point. He is only in power 31 days before he dies. This story is coming to an end very, very quickly. About 3 weeks after his inauguration, Harrison fell ill. Despite the best medical attention, his condition worsened rapidly. The president who once led armies is now confined to a bed with fever and extreme weakness. Despite best medical efforts, nothing can be done. Just 31 days and 12 hours into his presidency, Harrison has unfortunately passed away, leaving Vice President John Tyler to step in and claim full presidential powers. This is a precedent that would shape the future of presidential succession. I want to make sure that you understand of the significance of what just happened. Harrison's death was the first time in U.S. history where a president has died in office. That also makes it the first time that a vice president has had to assume the presidential role with full presidential powers. This has set a precedent that is still with us to this day. To this day, historians debate the exact cause of what caused Harrison's death. Whether it was pneumonia from exposure or typhoid fever from drinking contaminated water. Either way, 19th century medicine was unprepared and unable to save him. Though it was very short, Harrison's presidency has left a lasting mark on this nation. It clarified presidential succession, as well as it has changed how the nation views the roles of the vice president. Harrison's life reminds us of a bunch of different things, but it should remind you how fragile and unpredictable life can be. You might think 31 days in office is not enough to do anything. Well, it changed the course of constitutional law, and it left a lasting impression on this country. Hey everybody, I just want to say thank you for making it to the end of the video. I hope you really enjoyed. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. We got new videos coming out every week. I just want to say thank y'all, and I'll see you in the next one.